When you go to your favorite retail store, whether it be a restaurant, fast food chain, or clothing store, how do you treat the staff? If your answer is, I treat them with respect, I treat them fairly well. Or, if you're really honest, I don't give a damn about the employees. They wanted this job, they shouldn't complain about how I treat them. Whether you treat them good, badly, or fairly, do you know the things customer service workers have to deal with daily? A short timeline on America's labor history. The year is 1840. Long hours, low wages, and dangerous working conditions. It was the start of the industrial age and child labor. Children worked in factories along with men and women. They worked the same jobs and worked the same amount of hours. Men getting paid $8 to $17 a week, women $4 to $8, and children $1 to $4 a week. 1877 and 1916, the Great Railroad Strike and the Adamson Act. Railroad employees had their already low wages cut, people lost their jobs, unfair treatment, and depression rates grew every day. 39 years later, the Adamson Act was established. It implemented 8-hour workdays with overtime pay. 1938, Fair Labor Standards Act. Mandated an 8-hour workday and 40-hour work week, and the abolishment of child labor. 1963. Prohibited sex discrimination and raised the wages of women's pay, but not being equal to men's pay. 1970. Occupational Health and Safety Act, otherwise known as OSHA, was established due to too many injuries, deaths, and workers being disabled. You might be thinking, thank God none of that happens today. But did you know, the youngest you could work in the US is 14 years old, with the limitations, of course. On a regular day, Amazon employees are expected to work 8 to 10 hours a day, but when the holidays come up, they are made to work 12 to 14 hours but still receive a 30-minute unpaid lunch break, or 2 15-minute paid breaks. In most jobs, men still get paid more than women. Though OSHA tries its best to prevent workplace negligence and mandates healthy working environments, workers are still put through unfair conditions.
I got robbed at gunpoint one time. I had been back at work about a week after I had my middle son, and about half an hour before closing, I got robbed.
The worst thing a customer has ever done to me was throw a wet floor sign at me and completely miss. She threw it because I was charging her for sauce. That my manager was telling me that it was going to come out of my paycheck. He said that if I gave her sauce, it was going to get taken out of my paycheck if she didn't want to pay for it. And she didn't want to pay for it, so I didn't want to give it to her. So she left, she got out of her car, and she saw one of the wet floor signs and she threw it at me.
I got stuff like thrown at me, like I got like chili fries thrown at me, like hot coffee, milkshakes, and it was just like a really bad experience because I was 16, it was my first job, and no one did anything about it.
I once had a customer come up to the walk-up window and they threw their drink at me because it wasn't cold enough. That wasn't fun. It was a mess to clean up too, so that was cool.
I have none.
best thing a customer has done to me was tip me a huge amount of money, just because I put him onto an order and he really enjoyed it ever since.
Someone just saying like they appreciate me when I probably look stressed and like I'm like running around frantic.
I had this one regular who would come by frequently, and she would always tell me that she would pray for me. And then she gave me one time like a little rock with my name engraved on it, and it said like her favorite prayer. That was really, really sweet.
Either you're not or you're supposed to respond in a nice way. I had a student one time cuss me out, and like you can't say anything back to them, so you just smile and go about your day.
I have to kind of be really respectful and just honestly give them what they want. Because of that, the customer's always right thing. This one time, this lady was gonna order something, and it's something that maybe you shouldn't, like a lot of companies shouldn't charge for it, but they do in some places. So I charged her for it, and she called me a bitch.
Probably like I just kill them with kindness. If they're rude to me, I always just say, "Oh, have a great day," like with like overly enthused.
I always kill them with kindness. Tell them to have a nice day. I tell them to, hope that their day gets better.
I wanted to jump over the counter and smack him.
Calling them a bitch when they want to call you a bitch.
Just fuck off.
Kill yourself. Kill yourself.
No, it's not okay. The managers should stand up for their employees. If they want to be respected by their employees, they need to show their employees respect. The customer's not always right.
I think it's completely wrong. I had a situation where this scary homeless man harassed me and my coworker. We were both really little, both in high school. We had no idea what to do. When we talked to the manager or like the person higher up, they kind of just brushed it off like if it was nothing. I'm not gonna just not ignore my safety just because it's your business.
No, being rude to like your employees aren't gonna want to work or like work as hard. No one wants to work in an environment when there's not like no one does anything.
I really don't think it's acceptable. I think the higher ups, that's their whole job, is to, help the little guys out and make sure that they're being treated with respect. I don't know, me personally as a manager, I always say that you have the permission to tell them to get out of your line or to go home or come back another day when they're having a better day.
We all have our bad days, but that is not an excuse to take it out on the people that are just trying to do their job. You are human. We are all human. We have feelings, just like you. Just because we serve you doesn't mean we are your servants.